So, the police are having a credibility problem. And they're part of the reason why they're having a credibility problem. Law enforcement. I'm not talking about one particular city. I'm talking about law enforcement in general, all across the land. State, local. I don't know about federal so much. But we can say state and local police. Whether they be county, whether they be city, any municipality that you may think of, village, township, however the fuck it is you want to break it down. And please, I'm a little profane. Don't focus on the micro when you should be focused on the macro. So, the only currency that law enforcement has in the court of public opinion is the truth. And they're devaluating their currency by telling lies, by filing false reports, by saying cameras don't work, they malfunctioned. And, that creates things like the one in Texas where the woman's calling 911 for a traffic stop because she doesn't trust law enforcement, or the situation in Baltimore because they don't trust law enforcement. Now, in my opinion, those reactions were a little over the top, but the underlying problem is they don't trust law enforcement. And then there's some social ills and some, economic disparity and a whole bunch of other things going on that probably need to be addressed simultaneously. But the underlying thing is they don't trust law enforcement. And that's escalating situations. I mean, we can give examples. You want examples? I mean, Eric Gardner, because I can remember his name. Chokehold's illegal. You're not supposed to use it. It's a violation of policy. Yet the officer says, everybody says it's not a chokehold. We can see it, but you're saying what we see is not the truth. And sometimes, in some cases, that may be. But we're talking a physical act, choking somebody. We can see that. You say, no, that's not the truth. Why in the fuck would you trust law enforcement? Why in the fuck would you trust the city? It's being reported that Baltimore PD shut off the Facebook, the live feed, contacted Facebook and asked them to stop the live feed for that situation. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. It's just being reported. That's why it says reported. If it's true, it has some tactical implications for the police. So I kind of halfway understand. But then you get to control the narrative. So what you say happened, and you've enjoyed the benefit of the doubt for so long, there's going to be no legal repercussions. The thing in Chicago where the guy got shot in the back just recently, once again, the body cam was available. Taser makes very reliable products, and I'm noticing that the videos from the other officers, or the video at least that I've seen, says Taser Axon Body 2. Taser makes very good products, very reliable. All the other officers had Taser Axon cameras. No reason to believe that this particular officer didn't, yet his body camera malfunctioned. Once again, it looks like you're trying to control the narrative. I don't trust you. I think you're lying. Laquan McDonald. Yeah, you think Laquan McDonald. I think Laquan McDonald. I think you're lying. I think, there's a good chance that you may have just shot him in the back. The thing in Minnesota, I think his name was Castile. Her video is good, but I think it's going to be like the NFL where the video is not conclusive and it can't overturn the call on the field. What about the thing in North Miami? Officer filed a false police report. He got arrested for it. But the shooter actually didn't get arrested. Guy on his back, hands in the air, still gets shot. What? Cop's not going to file policy, check your background. If your background's not clear, don't take the shot. Takes the shot, shoots 3 times. Saying he's shooting at a guy 40, 50 yards away, the guy's yelling he does not have a gun. Yet he's still not prosecuted. what's to investigate? Why in the fuck would you trust the police? Why in the fuck would you trust law enforcement? Why in the fuck would you trust that municipality? The answer is you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. So the distrust is being fueled by law enforcement and the municipalities that they work for. And you're diminishing your credibility. Your currency is being devalued to zero, and it's your fucking fault. It's your fault. The courts, state courts, the courts in states are starting to adopt the federal rules of evidence. It'd be kind of cohesive across the country. Federal rules of evidence, and it makes how you present evidence in court and what evidence can be used in court cohesive, kind of consistent across the land. Well, that's what they need to do with law enforcement policy all across the land. One policy all across the land. The use of force and pursuit policy of this agency will not be slightly different than the pursuit and use of force policy in this agency, and how to deal with this stressful situation will not be different than this agency, and how to deal with the same kind of stressful situation, same or similar, however the fuck it is you want to put it. And that's all I'm saying. I'm very clear. I want to be, crystal clear on this. Once again, you're diminishing your credibility by all across the land by the shit that you're doing. Make no mistake about it. You painted black people with one brush, and now black people are painting law enforcement with one brush. You're all the fucking same. Black people are all the fucking same. They're too dangerous, they can't be trusted. Police are all the fucking same. They're too dangerous, they can't be trusted. And the police don't like being painted with the same brush. I wonder why. Who in the fucking trust you? I'm starting not to be able to trust you. Your word's not sacrosanct. I've known that for a very long time. And considering what I do for a living right now, me not trusting the police is not a very good thing. It's not a good thing. I should have confidence in the police force that they will come and investigate and arrive, come to some conclusion based on truth and, not their perceptions. And if they're going to use perceptions, then fuck it. They perceive the black community is dangerous, and black community perceives the police is dangerous, and all these situations are going to fucking escalate. They're going to continue to escalate. Now, me, I don't want them to escalate slowly. I want them to escalate sharply. I want that graph to go and not. Now, not that I want people to get hurt and people to get killed, but I want the shit to come to a head so there can be some policy, some laws put in place, and we can put this shit to bed and go on and worry about something fucking else. Because there's plenty of things going on, plenty of problems going on. We don't trust the police. You're not trusted. You shoot a man on the ground with his hands in the air. I don't trust you. I think you might shoot me. I think I need my gun not only to protect myself from the criminals, I think I need my gun to protect myself from the police. The cop puts his hand on his gun. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Not at all. Not at all. I had my car searched once when I was in Chicago, just this year, and I let him do it. And I would actually post the video, but I was actually working for someone, and their client would be, in that video. I mentioned their client. It had nothing to do with security, but, what I was doing. But I would actually post that video because it made no sense why he searched my car. He just didn't trust me. And it was a traffic violation, and I get traffic violations, And so, but he searched my car because he literally, he didn't believe me. He didn't believe me. So, There's no reason to trust the police. I don't see any reason to trust the police, especially when they're trying to obscure the truth. And then, in North Carolina, I don't trust them at all. Chicago, why would you trust them at all? But I'm just saying law enforcement in general. And I see no reason to trust them at all. None at all. Anything else I have left to say on this? One standard, one policy all across the land. One standard for training, the same policy all across the land. And maybe things will get better and stop trying to obscure the truth. And when people try to relax the marijuana laws, instead of fighting for your income, your lifestyle, let's reduce the interaction between citizens and law enforcement. Marijuana, really Louisiana, really California, really? It's all about the money. We know it's all about the money. I know it's all about the money. You can say whatever bullshit you want to say. It's a lie. It's all about the money. And, that thing in North Miami is about money. That officer should have been arrested. I can't tell you about the thing in Minnesota, but Baton Rouge, arrested. New York City, arrested. I don't know what happened with that guy in California who shot the guy twice in the neck when he was getting out the SUV that flipped. Arrested, charged. How much more shit you got to see? South Carolina, shoots the guy in the back, runs back, gets the taser, and drops. Well, he got arrested and charged. Other thing in South Carolina where he asked the guy to get the ID, and he got the ID, and then he shot him. Similar to the thing that happened in Minnesota, except the guy in Minnesota died. Why in the fuck would you trust the police? Why? They're not giving you a reason to trust them, so I guess the answer is you wouldn't. So I don't. So, law enforcement, if you want people to trust you, your body cameras don't fail. Cities, if you want people to trust your law enforcement, or municipalities, you want people to trust your law enforcement agency, arrest the people who violate policy. Simple as that. Stop trying to protect your money and do something different. Anyway, that's my 13 minutes and I'm done.